Hi everyone, I'm Kat and welcome to my channel, Naturally Beautiful Girl. So quite a while ago, I think it's nearly been 2 years at this point, which is kind of crazy and hard to believe, but I filmed a video where I did a brand overview of a bunch of Ere Perez products. Ere Perez is a pretty large brand that carries a lot of different products, and I really had only tried out a small portion of them, and I was intrigued and wanted to try out more, so I picked up some more products. And this is the embarrassing part. I remember actually placing the order right before I boarded my flight to go to the UK. My husband and I were visiting London, and this was back in December. So I placed this order in December. It took a while for it to actually get to me because the products do ship from Australia and I live in Boston. So, you know, they have to travel a long distance. I think they get stuck in customs a while and then they finally arrive. But I've had them for quite a while and I've been testing them out, and I keep meaning to sit down and film this video. Now that we're all kind of hanging out at home, I have a little bit more time to do it. I've been doing more videos. I've been doing about 3 videos a week on my channel. So if you are not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you can see all these videos. Anyway, I'm sitting down now. I'm going to update you on some of the products I tried in that video and what I still think about them. And I'm also going to be sharing some thoughts on some more products that I've tried out from the brand. So let's just jump straight into it. First, I wanted to mention that I am in fact using the Ere Perez Oat Milk Foundation, and I have the shade Latte. And I have been using this foundation for quite a while now. I still really like it. It's definitely on the lighter side in terms of coverage. I'd say like light to medium coverage, but it does just look really nice. It's a nice glowing finish, and the shade Latte is a good shade match for me. It might be a tinge yellow. It's not perfectly neutral in undertone, but it's a pretty good shade match if you have fair porcelain skin. And I do have oily skin. I was nervous that this foundation would be a bit too glowy for my skin, but I really think it works well. It wears well on me, and it's definitely a foundation that I reach for a lot. Another product that I am using today from Ere Perez that I tried in my last video and I'm still absolutely loving is their vanilla highlighter in the shade Falling Star. And I feel like this highlighter used to get talked about a lot in the clean beauty space, and everyone kind of stopped talking about it, but I'm still on board and I still love it. I'm actually surprised that it works as well as it does given my fair skin, but I find that it just is a beautiful highlighter. It's pretty close to my skin tone, but I really just love the way that it looks. It catches the light. It smells like vanilla, which is lovely. I think this is probably a really good highlight if you have like light to medium skin tone. Like I said, it does work on my fair skin. I have found highlighters that work a little bit better just because I am so fair, and having highlighters with an underlying shade that are lighter are a little better. When I want a highlight that's a little bit more subtle, I do reach for this one, and I have it on today and I think it looks pretty good. Let's move on to some new products. So one product that I had been really curious about trying and finally picked up was their Carrot Colourpot. And I have the shade Harmony, which is this beautiful, I'd say it's like a warm, dusty pink is how I would describe this shade. If you've watched my channel for any length of time, you know that I am a huge cream blush lover, and I love testing them out, and I was shocked by how much I love this cream blush. It is the closest cream blush I have found to the Cara Weiss cream blush. So I would say if you're looking for a dupe for that one, I would definitely check out these Ere Perez Colourpots. They're not an exact dupe. This product is a very pigmented blush. I have it on my cheeks today. I use like a tiny amount. Like when I say you need a tiny amount, you need like a tiny amount. This is a super pigmented product, but I think that's part of why I feel like it's a dupe for the Cara Weiss blush. Is it is really pigmented, but it's really easy to blend out, and it wears beautifully on your cheeks throughout the day. And what I love about the Cara Weiss blush is I love the level of pigmentation, but I also just love the blendability of it. And this blush here is like one of the most blendable. Like it just blends out so easily, and I absolutely love that. So you can see it blended out here. I put it quite a bit on my hand, and that's why I'm saying you need like the tiniest amount. Also, the shade Harmony is pretty close to the Cara Weiss blush that I have in Embrace. Actually, I should swatch it here. They're not exact dupes. Embrace is definitely a bit more of a pinky shade, but there's Embrace from Care Weiss down below it, but they remind me of each other, and really in terms of formula, they also remind me of each other. So in short, I really love the Colourpot. I also have used it on my lips too, and it does work really well on my lips because it's such a pigmented product. It is a bit drier. It's not like a really super creamy lipstick. It definitely dries down, which is why it works so well on your cheeks, because you definitely need something that dries down. I find that I like blushes, cream blushes that dry down a little bit because they tend to kind of stay better. You want them to be really creamy when you're blending them out, but then you want them to kind of set so they don't move around or slide around or fade on you. So when you put it on your lips, it definitely dries down, but it does stay a pretty long time. And if you really want to do like a very monochromatic makeup look, or you just want a really minimal makeup routine where you're using one product for multiple uses, this is a great product for that. I highly recommend it. I don't think that this product is talked about enough in the clean beauty space. Like, I think it is really, really good and one of the best cream blushes on the market. And there's a number of shades. There's not a huge range of shades of this product, but there are a number of different shades. So I think you can find a color that would work well for you. So I'm next going to move on to this product here, and this is the Corn Translucent Powder. And I talked about this product pretty extensively in a pressed powder video. I will link that one up above. In that video, I talk about a number of pressed setting powders that I tried in the clean beauty space and give you my thoughts, the pros and cons of each one. And this one falls flat for me. It does set my makeup really well, and that's not where the problem is. The problem comes from the fact that the shade of this setting powder is a bit deep. You can see that the shade, like the powder is just deeper than my skin tone. And the problem with that is that it deepens whatever I'm trying to set. So if I'm setting my under eye concealer, it deepens the shade of that. And I have really fair skin. I have porcelain skin. I have a porcelain skin tone, and it's hard enough for me to find complexion products like foundations and like concealers that are actually light enough for me to begin with. And the last thing I need is a product actually deepening either the foundation or the concealer. I do think that this product works well in terms of setting, like the longevity is pretty good. I've not yet found a pressed setting powder that performs quite as well as a loose setting powder, but this one did set well. I think it would be a really great product if you had a bit of a deeper skin tone. But if you have a like fair to light skin tone, basically any skin tone that is lighter than this powder itself, I would not recommend it. There are other setting powders I talked about in that video that are pressed that I would recommend if you have a lighter skin tone. So for me, this is a bit of a miss. I do think it is a nice product, and I'm glad that they have this option, especially if you have a deeper skin tone, because there really aren't a lot of products in the clean beauty space like this. So it is nice. It's just not something that worked for me personally. The next product is this one here, and this is the Beetroot Cheek and Lip Tint, and I have the shade Joy. I had high hopes for this product, I'm gonna be honest. I thought it would just give my lips and my cheeks just like a nice stain, but I cannot get this product to work for me. And I've tried it when I'm wearing foundation. I've tried it when I'm not wearing foundation. I've tried it on top of a moisturizer. I've tried it on top of more dewy foundations. I've tried it on top of matter foundations, and this product just doesn't work for me. Here's the problem I have with it. It just doesn't stain my cheeks, or if it does, it stains them in a really blotchy way. I cannot get this product blended out fast enough to not leave like blotches on my face. And basically what ends up happening is I end up staining my finger that I'm using to apply the product and not actually getting much color on my cheeks or my lips, or what color I do get is like very, very blotchy and I can't get it evened out. It's a nice product in theory, it just really doesn't work. I would definitely not recommend this product. I try a lot of products, well, because that's what I do on my channel, and there are rarely products where I'm just like, this didn't work, and this is one of them. Like, it just doesn't work. I would recommend just using a sheer kind of cream blush. I really like the Olioyoso, their balm line. That to me gives me the look that I thought this product would give me without the actual blotchiness of this product. It's not a favorite of mine from the Ere Perez line, and is definitely one that I will be decluttering now that this video is done. The next product I tried out was one of the new Mango Lip Honeys, and this is in the shade Crush, and that is what I have on my lips currently. I've been into trying out lip glosses. This was a newer release, or at least it was a newer release when I bought it, from Ere Perez, so I decided to try it out. I really like the color. I think it's a beautiful kind of berry deep pink, and I do like this lip gloss. I've tried out a lot of lip glosses, and I would rank this one like in the middle to higher end of lip glosses that I like, but it's not my favorite lip gloss. So it is decently pigmented. I would say the pigmentation on this one is kind of in the middle. It's not super pigmented, but it's also not completely sheer. And especially with the shade Crush, which is a deeper color, I can really build it up and you can see the pigment on my lips. One thing I don't like about this lip gloss actually is the scent. Most of the time I'm pretty agnostic to the scent of products. I actually forget to talk about it in a lot of my videos because I just don't notice the scent. This one I notice and I don't really like it. It just doesn't smell that pleasant to me. I don't know if it's supposed to smell like a mango or honey. I don't know. I don't know what this lip gloss is supposed to smell like, but I don't love the scent of it. It honestly kind of smells like it went off, but I know it hasn't because I've not had it for very long. I don't think it was sitting anywhere for a long period of time because this is a newer product. I think it's just the way the product smells and I don't love it. Like once I get it on my lips and it's been on for a minute or two, I don't notice the scent anymore, but when I'm first applying it, I definitely do. This lip gloss is a bit sticky. I've tried lip glosses that are kind of more on the sticky side and some that are more like an oil consistency, and this is definitely a little bit on the sticky side. The stickiness in the first like couple minutes after you apply it is quite noticeable, but then it does wear down. I can still feel it on my lips, and my lips are definitely sticking together a little bit if I close my lips and then reopen them when I'm talking. And it does feel pretty nourishing on your lips. It's not the most nourishing. It's not like the Fit Glow lip serums. And some of the oil lip glosses feel pretty nourishing as well. So I'd say it's just middle of the road for me. I like it, I reach for it, I wear it, but it's not one of my favorites. When I'm thinking about what are my favorite lip gloss formulas, this is not in that category of like my favorite best lip glosses. Would I recommend it? Probably not, just because I think there are better lip gloss formulas. I mentioned the Fit Glow. I really like the Hand Skincare Cosmetics lip gloss formula. I feel like that one does not get talked about enough either. Like that's a really solid formula. I really like the Tower 28 lip gloss. That's kind of a more sheer wash of color, but I really like that one. I also love the Kosas lip oil. To me, those are just better formulas of lip gloss. There's nothing really that wrong with this one. It's just not amazing. And then the last product I tried out is another kind of newer product. So this product here is the Ere Perez Wild Pansy Tinted Lip Bar, and I have the shade In Life. I have talked about this product quite a bit. It has been in some of my favorites videos because I absolutely love it. I'm not a lip balm kind of girl, but, or at least I didn't think I was, but I am getting into some. And I definitely love this. I have the shade swatched right down there. As you can see in the bullet, it's a quite vibrant red, but it is a pretty sheer color, so it just ends up being a nice, I would say like pink leaning red. It's a red that's like super wearable because it is a more tinted form. And I love this because it just provides a bit of color to my lips. It feels like a balm, it's super nourishing, but it doesn't have any of the stickiness of lip glosses. Like that's one of the big advantages to a tinted balm as opposed to a lip gloss is tinted balms aren't sticky. I think a good example of me using this and really enjoying it, my husband and I went up skiing, or he went skiing, I went with him in New Hampshire in, when was that, January? It feels like years ago. I think it was in January. And I took this product with me because it's like super cold up on the mountain. It's really windy, even though I was not like standing outside skiing. You know, just walking around in the cold and the heat running all the time really dries out your lips. And I was wearing this product a lot, like, and it was super easy to apply, reapply, hanging out in the ski lodge and all of that. This is the perfect product for that. I love wearing it on the weekends. I'll just throw it on. It's perfect for running to the grocery store, running some errands. Not that I'm really running many errands right now, but it's also perfect for right now if I just want a balm with a little bit of color. This is definitely a product that I reach for. Out of the two different lip products, I tried the lip gloss and the lip balm. I much prefer the lip balm. And I think the shade Life is really pretty, and I'm glad that I went for it. It's a little bit bolder of a color than I typically would go for, but because it is a balm format, it's quite a light wash of color. I think out of the second group of products that I tried from Ere Perez, I definitely found some hits and misses. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. and subscribe to my channel. Also check me out on Instagram. I'm at naturallybeautifulgirl for more clean beauty, a little bit of sustainable living, just to see more behind the scenes, and I'll hop on stories every once in a while too. So be sure to follow me there. Let us know in the comment section down below, have you tried out any of these products from Ere Perez? Which ones did you enjoy? Which ones are some of your favorites? Let us know in the comment section down below. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!